Still how many of you are here? Still how many of you are here? Still how many of you have to join?
Sir, 10 of us are here.
10 of you guys are there. Very good. Chalo, look at this now. So don't turn off your cameras, please. So in quadratic equation, we have learned graphical representation, right? Graphical representation of quadratic equations, which we have learned in earlier class, right? So there will be, I told you there, let me revise the previous class. First of all, we have this graph, and we have a graph like this, and we have one more graph like this, right? We have the graph like this. Chalo, see what does it mean in quadratic equation? Look at this. In quadratic equation, like ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is my quadratic equation, right? So if what is the condition? What are the condition I told you? If a is greater than 0, if a is greater than 0, if a is greater than 0, parabola open upwards. If a is less than 0, downwards. If a is equal to 0, the graph will be linear. Graph will be linear means the graph will be like this, or like this, or like this, or like this. It could be anything. Linear means straight line. It can be like this, 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 anything, anyhow, but it will be a straight line. If it is linear means it will be a straight line. Getting my point, children? Yes or no?
Yes.
Chalo. This is what we have learned. And we have spoken about discriminant as well, right? Discriminant. Discriminant. What is discriminant?
B square minus 4AC.
B square minus 4ac. B square minus 4ac. D is equal to B square minus 4ac. This is what we have learned, right? So what I told you, if I told you several cases here, if D is greater than 0,
It
parabola,
cuts x-axis.
yes, parabola cuts the x-axis. Parabola cuts the x-axis at exactly two distinct points. Two distinct points, right? And if D is equal to 0, parabola just touches the x-axis at one point, and rest of the parabola lies above or below the x-axis, right? So if D is less than 0, parabola lies entirely above or below the x-axis, and there is no point of contact. So this is what we have learned. Look at this here. If D is greater than 0, if D is greater than 0, parabola cuts the x-axis like this, like this. If D is equal to 0, it just touches the x-axis like this, just touches the x-axis like this. Sorry, if parabola is greater than 0, the diagram will be like this. It cuts two distinct points. Look at this. One point is here, one point will be here, like this. It will cut 2 points if D is greater than 0. If d is equal to 0, it just touches the x-axis. If d is less than 0, if d is less than 0, it will be the parabola entirely above or below the x-axis, and there is no point of contact. Look at this here. It can be, this diagram can be like this also, and this diagram can be like this also. This diagram can be like this also. It can be anywhere, but it lies above or below the x-axis, and there will be no point of contact. Look at this. It is not contacting anywhere. It is nowhere. It is contacting, right? When d is less than 0, this is the graphical representation. When d is equal to 0, this is a graphical representation. When d is greater than 0, that is the graphical representation. Understood, guys? And when the diagram, when parabola will be upwards, if a is greater than 0, parabola will be upwards. If a is less than 0, parabola will be downwards. A is equal to 0, parabola will be linear. This is how the diagram will be, right? This is how the diagram will be. Understood, guys? Understood? So this is what we have learned in previous class. Here in D, when d is less than 0, parabola neither touch the x-axis nor cuts the x-axis. Getting my point? Here the case is what? Neither touch nor cuts the axis. So that is what the case. When d is discriminant is less than 0, it neither touch the x-axis nor it cuts the x-axis.
And sir, if it's equal to 0, touches only at 1 point, right?
1 point. It touches one point. If equal to 0, it just touches the x-axis at 1 point. Look at this. Understood? If it is greater than 0, it touches exactly at 2 distinct points, at 2 different points like this. Getting my point? And on where? On x-axis only it touches 2 points like this. If d is greater than 0, it touches x-axis at 2 different points. Getting my point? On x-axis only, guys. Look at this here. If d is greater than 0, parabola cuts the x-axis at exactly 2 distinct points. When d is equal to 0, just touches the x-axis at 1 point. When d is less than 0, parabola entire parabola entirely above or below the x-axis, and there is no point of contact. Getting my point? This is how it will be. So now we'll talk about formation. Formation of a quadratic equation from its roots. From its roots. Getting my point? Formation of a quadratic equation from its roots. Look at this. So for finding quadratic equation, they'll be giving the roots. We have to frame a quadratic equation. Let alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then x minus a alpha, x minus b, x minus beta is equal to 0. What is the equation? See, if they give alpha and beta are the roots, alpha and beta could be any real number. If alpha and beta are the roots of this equation, then what is the equation of what is the formation of what is the quadratic equation format? This will be, if you simplify this, what will you get? Simplify this, you will getting x into x square minus beta x minus alpha x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Here x square, if you take x common, what I'm going to get here? Alpha plus beta is equal to 0. Getting my point? Understood, children? See, if they give alpha and beta are the roots of a quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then my formation of quadratic equation will be how? X minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0. If you simplify this, you will be getting like this. Understood, children? Any doubt? Any doubt? Let us write one example. Let 2 and 3 are the roots, then form a quadratic equation. How can you frame a quadratic equation by using this? What is the procedure? X minus alpha. Alpha, this is my alpha. Let us write, let alpha is equal to 2 and beta is equal to 3. So x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0, right? So x minus 2 into x minus 3 is equal to 0, right? So what will be my equation now? X into x, x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. So x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Understood, guys? So this is the procedure. If they give roots like this, alpha and beta, I have given you roots. 2 and 3 are the roots. I'm asking you to find a equation, quadratic equation, form a equation. And sometimes before this, and like before 2-3 classes we have learned, if they give x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, find the quadratic, find the roots of this. We used to split middle term and find the roots of that particular equation, right? Now that is not the case over here. If they give roots, we have to find equation of that. Ulta. Earlier what they have given? Earlier they have given equation and they asked us to find roots of that particular quadratic equation. Now they have given roots, they are asking us to find quadratic equation. That is what the difference. Getting my point, children? Yes,
So in this, we should do
Yes,
the
sir.
opposite.
yes, opposite, that's all. See, in previous earlier we have found the roots of the quadratic equation. When quadratic equation given, we found the roots. Now they only giving, they only they only gave the roots and asking us to find quadratic equation. So that time what I supposed to do, I have to find equation by using this formula. Look at the x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0. So then I'll be getting my equation. Understood? Understood, children? Any doubts?
Sir.
Yes. Chalo,
Yes.
next. Sum and product of roots of a quadratic equation. Sum and product of a quadratic equation. So sum and product of the quadratic equation. Look at this. Let alpha and beta are the roots of a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then sum of roots is equal to alpha plus beta. Sum means I have to add alpha and beta here. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. And product of roots going to give me alpha beta, which is going to give me c by a. Understood? Understood, guys? So sum, whenever they give alpha and beta are the roots of particular quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then sum of roots is what? Sum of roots is what?
Minus b by
Minus
a.
b by a.
Minus b by a. Product of roots is what? Alpha beta is equal to c by a. Very simple, right? So guys, this is what we have learnt No, with this we have done with our theory. I mean, like with this, with this we have finished our theoretical part of quadratic equation. So now we are going to start exercise problems. Exercise problems. Any doubts so far, guys? Very simple. We have done. See, whatever we have discussed, this graphical representation. We have discussed this. We have learned this, right? So very important, guys. When a is greater than 0, when my graph is going to be upwards. When a is less than 0, my graph is going to be downwards. When a is equal to 0, that is going to be linear. Getting my point? Discriminant is what? B square minus 4ac. So when d is greater than 0, parabola cuts at two distinct points on x-axis. When d is equal to 0, it just touches the x-axis at exactly one point, and rest of the parabola lies either above or below the x-axis. So when d is less than 0, parabola lies entirely above or below the x-axis, and there is no point of contact. It never touches either x or y-axis. Getting my point? When d is less than 0, that is a condition. Getting my point, children? Yes. So now formation of quadratic equation is very simple. When the roots given, we are going to find out a equation by using x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0 formula. Getting my point? Yes. So, and sum-mind product of quadratic equation is, this is a formula. So let us solve example.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you show it? Why is it minus b by n c by n?
Definitely. Definitely. See here, if you want me to teach proof, definitely I'll teach you. But before getting into that, we'll solve one example problem. Will prove that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
See, example, let us say, let 3 and you just solve this example itself. Look at this here. Let 2 and 3 are the roots of a quadratic equation. Then look at this. If you are not writing like that, let us write like this. If the quadratic equation is x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, then find sum and product of roots. Very simple. Look at this here. So this is my quadratic equation given. So it is looking like ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So where my a value is what? A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 5, and c is equal to 6. So sum of roots is equal to so ABC value, right? So for this, what I need to find? I need to find first factors. I need to know roots of this. What are the roots? What are the roots we have here? X minus 2 into x minus 3. Isn't it, guys? So which means is equal to 0 means x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 3 are the roots. Guys, if you factorize this that is what you will get, right? If you factorize this is what you will get. So now sum of the roots. Let us say this is my alpha. Let us say this is my beta. So look at the sum of roots is what here? Alpha plus beta, which is going to be what? Minus b
E by A.
a. See here, alpha plus beta is what? What is alpha here? 2. What is beta here? 3. What is minus b here? Minus b means what? Minus of minus 5. A is what? 1. Look at this, 5 is equal to 5. Aren't we getting same thing? Are we
Yes.
aren't we getting same thing? Yes, we are getting. Yes. So look at this now. This is sum of. Now let us talk about product of roots, which is alpha beta, which is going to give me c by a. Alpha is what? 2. Beta is what? 3. C is what? 6 by 1. So 6 is equal to 6. We are getting LHS equal to RHS. So what I understood from this now, I just derived you how it is going to work. Look at this here. I have given one equation. Which equation is that? This is my quadratic equation, and I'm asking you to find the sum and product of roots. But I do not know the roots. But I know how to find roots. See, this is the procedure for finding the roots, right? By splitting middle term. That is one way. Or you can use this formula, minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. For finding roots, this is also one formula, right? By using splitting middle term, or by using this minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac by 2a formula. You can use anything for finding roots of particular quadratic equation, right? After finding roots, I just showed that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. I told you, right? So whenever we are adding that alpha plus beta, it must be equal to minus b by a. Then only my answer is correct, right? Then only whatever we have spoken about, that will be valid, that will be existing, and that will be true. If not, whatever we have spoken, whatever we have discussed, that is going to be wrong. That is going to be invalid, isn't it? So now we are getting LHS equal RHS here. So whatever we have spoken about, that is valid information and existing information, right? Now Anudeep has asked me to prove sum of roots and the product of roots, right? Yes. So look at this, Anudeep. Let me prove. Proof of sum and product of roots. Look at this here. So I know that let my alpha is equal to minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, and my beta is going to give me what? Minus b minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. If you add these two, I must get minus b by a. If you add this to 110%, you will get minus b by a. Getting my point, Anudeep?
Yes, sir.
Alpha plus beta is equal to what? Minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a plus minus b minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. So look at this here. Minus b minus 2b, and 2 times of b square minus 4ac by 2 times a. So minus 2 common. You take 2 common. What I'm going to get here? B square. Oh my goodness, we made a wrong here. See, we have plus right here. So plus into minus, minus. So we have to change here. So minus b plus b square minus 4ac. Here minus b minus b square minus 4ac, right? So look at this now. Plus time and minus time. This both will get cancelled. So minus b minus 2b by 2a. So 2 will get cancelled. So alpha plus beta, which is going to give me minus b by a. Same follows with the product of roots. If you multiply both things, so you will get c by a. As simple as that. Anudeep, understood?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir. I understood.
very good. Sum of roots and product of roots, you can find it out. Product of roots, let us say same thing. Alpha is that one, beta is that one, You take this same thing. You take same thing here and multiply this both. You will get C by A. Getting my point? Understood? Hello, understood?
Yes, sir.
Very simple. So let's get started with our exercise. See guys, you will be having, I do not know how many exercises you have, but very easy sums you will be having, I'm sure that. So please go through that. Please go through that. And in exercise, first exercise, you have the problems related to in 4.1. Let us solve 4.1 exercise. Guys, in exercise 4.1 you have very simple sums. Look at the first sum. Check whether the following are quadratic equation or not. You have to check. He has given some 8 questions. You have to check whether they are quadratic equations or not, right? You can check it out. What are the conditions must follow for verifying a checking quadratic equation? What are the conditions do we need to follow? What is the condition, guys? What are the conditions? A must not be equal to 0, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And degree supposed to be 2, and a comma b comma and b supposed to be belongs to what? Real numbers. These are the conditions, isn't it? Yes or no? These are the 3 conditions which we need to follow for judging, for verifying, for getting my point, for assigning a quadratic equation or not. Whether for checking whether it is a particular, whether particular equation quadratic equation or not. For checking that, we must follow these 3 rules. Yes or no? So by that you can follow the first exercise. So first problem is like that. And second problem is very simple. Represent the following solutions in the form of quadratic equations. Represent the following equations in the form of quadratic equations. So guys, your homework is to solve entire first exercise. Entire first exercise. So homework is what? Everything we have discussed. This is your homework. Getting my point? Entire first exercise is your homework. So whatever we have discussed so far. So any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Chalo. Now let us talk about exercise 4.2. If you need extra class, if any one of you didn't understand, you can ask me. See, in exercise 4.1, second question, they are talking about area of rectangle that much, length of the plot is one more than twice its breadth. Okay, we need to find length and breadth of a plot. Very simple. Product of 2 consecutive positive integers is the very simple. So Rohan's mother is 20. Okay, age problem. A train travels at a distance of 480 km at a uniform speed. If fourth question I'm reading about, a train travels a distance of 480 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 8 km hour less than, if the speed had been 8 km per hour less, then it would have taken how much of time? Very simple. So you can take unknown things x and time taken, which whatever you have there, you have to take it out. He has given speed, you have to find time. Time means what? Speed by,
Distance.
so distance by
Distance by
distance by time. So as per the condition, whatever they have given, you just go that. and try to follow that. You will get. If you are not getting, you will be solving exercise 4.1. I hope it will be very easy for you guys. Please go through that and refer it. Okay, so exercise 4.2 now. Shall we go for the exercise 4.2? Exercise 4.2. In exercise 4.2 we have very pretty simple questions. So in exercise 4.2, first question is all about finding the roots of quadratic equation. The first two equation is what? So find the roots. Find the roots. Finding the roots. So first question is finding the roots. So in first question you have total 5 questions. So 1, 2, so 3, 4, total 5 questions you have. Guys, exercise 4.2 also homework for you, but need not to be submitted by tomorrow itself. You take your time, you take 3 days of time, submit to me, okay? And just intimate me that you have done with that. Just intimate with that whether you have done with or not after 3 days, not now. You take your time, try to solve that. Okay, exercise 4.1, 4.2. I'm just discussing the problems. If there are any difficulties, if there are any difficult sum, I'll be pick that sum and sort that particular solution. We'll try to solve that difficult problem. Okay, so easy sums, finding the roots, checking whether it's a quadratic equation or not, finding sum and product of roots. If they give roots, finding formation of quadratic equation questions. So these kind of questions are very, 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 very basic questions, right? You can solve by yourself. Why? Because already we have gone through very beautiful and very basic examples. Everything we have gone through. Okay, and finding nature of roots. But how to find nature of roots? If d is less than 0, d is equal to 0, d is greater than 0, we have different nature of roots. Already we have discussed in earlier classes. Please go through your class notes and refer it, then try to solve exercise problems. All right, guys. So first problem also very easy, finding the roots. So next, second problem has been given here. Acha, Akhil is joined now. Akhil has joined now. Okay. So guys, so you have to join, you have to rejoin the meeting again. Getting my point? You have to rejoin.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I think you haven't explained completing the square method.
Sorry,
Yes,
completing
sir.
the.
Yeah, you haven't explained completing the square method, sir, for
Yeah,
factoring.
complete. Yeah, definitely will explain. Completing the square method is very beautiful and a very simple concept. We'll explain. I'll tell you the shortcut how to find a completing square method. Very simple. Okay. Understanding.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please, if you want copy, you can just copy this and you rejoin the meeting. After 1 minute, you guys rejoin the meeting and guys try to follow class notes. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So completing the square method you want me to discuss. So first we'll discuss that. Completing the square. Very simple, guys. Look at this. See, this completing the square method is, let me write, one of the method to find guys, you have to join the meeting again. Find the roots of the one of the method to find the